Hey everybody, Professor Doom here, and there's some very interesting saber rattling that's going on, and we're also seeing some calls for war with Iran. We're seeing the Muammar Abbas, is that his name? The president of Palestine meeting with Putin, and they got some kind of an agreement going on. Well, at least that's what it appears to be. And we have other countries that are really just all I could say is like I said, there's a lot of saber rattling going on at the moment. And so what we're looking at here is a website. And so I feel the need to explain this website once again, because there's a lot of new people here to this channel who may be unfamiliar with what this is about. This website is called Deagel.com. This website has a section in it. It's not just your run-of-the-mill website. This is a very prominent website that's used for keeping track of military armaments from all around the world. But what's interesting is that back in around 2015, myself and a bunch of other researchers, we stumbled across a section in the website that talks about a depopulation forecast for all of the countries around the world. And the forecast is for the year 2025. Now, I have stated my position that the projection numbers for these countries are not to be realized in the year 2025, but it would lead up to it, and that's what the numbers would be in 2025. So what's so interesting about the depopulation projection numbers is this. The United States takes the biggest depopulation hit that there is, with roughly 260 million people dead and gone. Now, I just showed you guys a map talking about how I believed that a script could be written about how the downfall of the United States could happen. And I said that there could be a war potentially with what's going on with Israel, and that these immigrants, according to the map, these immigrants from Venezuela, Colombia, Chad, Senegal, China, Russia, Syria, all of these immigrants that are here could be employed, or I should say called into service, to police and disarm the American public. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed when that happens, especially with a lot of gun-owning Americans within the United States. Going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be a lot of death. And it could even be something even much, much more. It could be that, and it could be an EMT. Not an EMT. What the hell am I talking about? An EMP. I'm sorry. Electromagnetic pulse could actually send the United States back into the Stone Age as well. But do you know what's interesting about this website, folks, and the map that I was showing you, and the situation with what's going on with Israel and the United States showing up and all of the saber rattling right now is this. I want to show you, and I want you to remember exactly what I just said. These numbers are not to be realized in 2025. This is what the numbers will be then. But something is going to happen. You're not just going to have 260 million American people drop dead in a day or a week or a month or even 6 months. Something is going to happen to lead up to the numbers being that by 2025. But do you know what else is interesting? Let's take a look at the population hit that's going to take place with Israel. Here. According to their depopulation projection numbers, Israel is going to drop, what is that, almost three quarters of their population. What, roughly 2/3 of their population are going to be reduced. Ask yourself this question. If this is indeed true, and Deagel.com gets their information from, think about how do we have the map? How did they come out with the map and stating exactly how everything was going to go down? Well, Deagel.com is one of those individuals who was in the know. He would have access to this kind of information to know exactly how events were to play out. If you look at the whole situation with Israel, and you look at how it is all a load of crap. How did Hamas know to attack on a freaking day that the Iron Dome was not even engaged? How could they have known that? How could they have known that the IDF would not show up once they made entry into the fence? How could they know that their mission wasn't complete folly? The only way that this could have happened is if this is all part of a master plan, everybody. And the plans are laid out not only in the map regarding the United States, but they're also laid out here in this website with the depopulation numbers. Something is going to happen to Israel in this. So my question then becomes, is the event going on right now going to lead up to the numbers that are realized in this projection report? That's the question. But now let me remind everybody, and for the people who are unfamiliar with this information, let's take a look once again at the numbers for the United States and several of the United States' allies in these projection reports. Here, let's take a look at the projection numbers for France, which is going to take roughly 11 million people hit, according to their numbers. Germany, boy, what are you just coming up with, just like some abstract numbers? No, they must know some master plan that is going to call for all of this to take place. And if you look with what's going on with Israel right now, and you look with what's going on with our migration issue and the map as a whole, you're going to see that these were plans all laid out. The plan for Hamas to make entry into Israel was not done on a whim. You don't just go on a whim and hope that the Iron Dome is down. You don't go on a whim and hope that the fence isn't secure. You don't go on a whim and hope that the IDF doesn't show up. You don't go on a whim and hope that the IDF is asleep. Is everybody starting to see the bigger picture here? The United States doesn't lose 61 million. It goes and drops down to 61 million. Just like Germany loses 40 million. Just like France loses 11 million. Canada loses a little under 10 million. The Netherlands. What's interesting is countries that you would think with the saber rattling at the moment, which Iran claims that they had nothing to do with Hamas's entry into Israel, doesn't take but 1 million hit, if that. And just some of the like I said, Saudi Arabia takes a 3 million people hit. South Africa loses but a little bit. How do all of these play out? Egypt, no. So, another interesting thing is that if you look, Taiwan is going to take not only a hit, but as you can see, their spending and everything else. And Taiwan is looking like it's poised to be taken over by China. I'm not even going to run through all of the countries of Australia and all of the other countries. Great Britain is going to take a huge hit, Australia. And all I can tell you is if you look at the current situation for what it is, this is all a big, huge plan. The fact that Hamas made it successfully into the most protected country in the world, Israel, and did what they did, and now United States is on the scene, and you got other countries that are calling for this and that to happen, and all of this was for a purpose. Would you all not agree to that? What is the purpose? Is this all about it can't be about end times prophecy or is it? Is the destruction of Israel all a part of some master plan to bring about biblical prophecy intentionally? Well, anyway, I just thought I'd share with you all that I believe, this just my belief, is that the current situation right now is exactly what Deagel.com, where they most likely got their information with the projection numbers that we're seeing on their website. What do you guys think about that? Thanks, everybody.